The first topic I'd like to discuss is something that most longtime viewers of my channel probably remember, for the fact that it's connected to Cartoon Network, and not the traditional video game topics that so many of the following videos covered. One of the first merchandise mysteries I ever made for the channel, and the video that many of my viewers told me they first watched when discovering my channel, was the mystery of the Chowder and Flapjack plushes. This mystery dates back to 2010, and to a company called Kelly Toy, who have become quite well known over the years for their Mario and Sonic plushes. However, in addition to those sets, they also produced a variety of Cartoon Network ones, many of which released in the mid and late 2000s, and covered quite a few popular shows. But as for Chowder and Flapjack, there were plans to release 2 full plush sets with many characters from the shows as part of that Cartoon Network license in the early 2010s. These photos are the only ones we have of the plushes, and they appear in a 2010 product catalog that was accessed from their online website, but they've never been seen in the wild, and that's led to the conclusion that they were cancelled before being produced. It's believed that they never came out, as a result of both shows ending on Cartoon Network at the time, so there'd be no need to make plush sets of them. We've never gotten an official word about it from Kelly Toy, so this is only speculation. But over the years, we have gotten some more insight about them, mostly from a photo of Kelly Toy's boardroom that was apparently posted to 4chan. Here, you can see all the characters in a variety of different sizes, so they did get pretty far in the development process, but the mystery remained when it came to their whereabouts. We know retail versions of the plushes were never released, even though people still claim that they've seen them at carnivals and other places like that. But there's never been proof of that, so these prototypes are really all that are known to exist. But with so many on the wall, and with Kelly Toy having since lost the license, we really don't know what happened to them. In the 13 years it's been since that photo was taken, none had resurfaced, and I started thinking that they were either all destroyed, or Cartoon Network has them stored in a warehouse or something. Until early 2023, when I got a message from a viewer on Twitter. Someone by the name of Hunter D messaged me and mentioned how they had seen the original Kelly Toy plush video and became fascinated with their history, wanting to get into collecting because of it. And it was then that they shared with me their biggest find to date. Unbelievably, I was sent a photo of the Kelly Toy Flapjack plush in hand. Hunter has one. I was so shocked at what I was seeing because I couldn't believe it actually existed, and I asked them how they found it, to which they replied it was a random eBay listing. Posted in December 2022, Hunter confirms that the eBay seller says they found the plush at an estate sale in California, which is where one of Kelly Toy's offices are located. Hunter happened to find the listing and bought it knowing what it was. The seller also apparently knew what they had, as the price tag of the plush was not cheap, and I have to wonder if those kinds of people end up finding my videos and pricing their items high because of that. There was a really clear shot of the classic Kelly Toy sample tag, which proves it's authentic, and definitely a prototype, not a retail released plush. And overall, I'm just so happy that one has survived and is now safe in Hunter's collection. I would love to know the story of who the guy was that ended up putting it out at the estate sale, or how it managed to leave Kelly Toy in the first place. But these details are pretty much impossible to find out. This also begs the question on if any of the other characters managed to escape, but only time will tell. I feel way more confident that we will see more of them show up now, and big thanks to Hunter for sharing this find with me. If there's anything that can be said about the toy company Jazwares, it's that they're kind of controversial only because I know there are die-hard fans out there that grew up with Sonic Jazwares and regard them as one of the greatest Sonic figure lines. And then there are the people like me that really dislike them. Small figures that broke often and were overpriced at Toys R Us, I never really got into the line. But if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that the plethora of cancelled products and prototypes that have circulated from them is certainly a fan favorite for physical lost media. I remember as far back as the first toy fair they ever showed their Sonic products off at. So many of their products looked way different than what we ended up getting, including the original 2.75-inch figures, which had completely different sculpts and no articulation. But unfortunately, Jazwares would often melt down materials to reuse them in other projects, especially for those early sculpts. So it's likely they don't exist anymore. But their plushes are another story. Over the years, Jazwares has shown off a good bunch of prototype plushes that either look way different than the final ones or never came out, including the original pattern for Metal Sonic, and of course the cancelled Big from Pat Mac's collection. However, there was one plush that became even more elusive for the character it represented, and for the fact that we didn't even have a clear photo of it, despite it being seen in Jazwares' content. This is the legendary classic SuperSonic plush that was cancelled and never released, having first been spotted at Jazwares' Toy Fair booth in 2013. What's unfortunate about this plush, aside from the fact that it was cancelled, is that you can only make out his top spikes in this photo. The rest of him is buried in the plush box, and there are no other shots of it. For years, this is all we had to work with. Though later on, a little more of him was revealed, as Jazwares had planned, and cancelled, a series of transformable plushes containing Supersonic and Super Shadow. In this poster, their classic Supersonic plush is used to represent the transforming action, but strangely, they chose to steal GE's Supersonic plush to represent the final one, rather than using their own Supersonic. So even in this shot, we can only make out a small piece of his face. And it's stayed that way ever since, until December 2022, when the story changed. At the time, a few people sent messages to me and stated that the Jazwares classic Supersonic plush had resurfaced, almost a decade after first being seen. They referred me to an eBay listing that contained a lot of Sonic plushes, nothing that looks out of the ordinary to the casual eye. But to the right side of the first image, behind two Tails plushes, sits the classic Supersonic. This listing, in a way, is very similar to the Kelly Toy Flapjack plush, in that it appeared without warning, after so much time had passed. But what's very different from the Flapjack is how the listing itself was handled. Like I mentioned before, Flapjack was priced high, and it was clear the seller knew it was a prototype. But with these Sonic plushes, the title was simply stating it was a Sonic plush lot, and the price was reflective of that, only a little more than $100. It seems like the seller had no idea how important and desired the Supersonic really was, but that would kinda line up with our theory about who he is. The listing was posted in Florida, which is where Jazwares' headquarters is located. So the speculation is that this was a former employee who had left the company, ended up with some stuff, and sold it because they didn't want it anymore. Though it's still not known how exactly they ended up with Supersonic, or if they ever had any other prototypes, and we also don't know who the buyer of this lot was either. I'm guessing we won't ever know unless it ends up trading hands. But that's not to say there couldn't be more in existence. After Pat Mac had bought his Big the Cat plush, we did end up spotting a picture that contained a second one on a Chinese website, proving that more than one copy of these plushes could exist. Whether or not that's the case for Supersonic though, or if we'll ever see it, remains a mystery. When you think of the first video game toy companies that hit the collecting scene, which ones come to mind? For me, Joyride Studios is always one of the first, for the fact that they covered so many different series, from Sonic to Mario, all in one line. But before that, BD&A was pretty popular with their Nintendo Collectibles series, and even earlier than that was Toy Biz with the video game Superstars. However, there is one video game toy company that predated all of the others, but isn't remembered by anyone, and barely released any products, because it never really got off the ground. But if it had, it could have become the first big video game toy producer. And because of this fact, there are indeed lost prototypes from this company. This is a story that dates back pretty far, to 2015, around the time I had purchased my Mario Kart 64 prototype from Toy Biz. While the topic isn't about Toy Biz, it's related to it in some way, because that Mario figure was not the first prototype I had come across on eBay. Earlier on in the summer, a listing went up for a boxed, unpainted Mario model claiming to be from a company called Avatar Creations. I had never heard of Avatar Creations before, or seen the sculpt of this particular figure. So before placing a bid on it, I messaged the seller to see what the story about it was. Apparently, the seller had been a former Avatar Creations employee named James, and through our conversation, I learned of this entire piece of video game toy history that I don't think anyone else in the community even knows about, still to this day. Avatar Creations was supposed to be a video game toy company that would have been the first to hit the American market as far back as the mid-1990s. They were a spin-off of Streamline Model Works, which is a model kit subsidiary of Streamline Pictures, the media company that dubbed anime. At that point, Avatar had done some very limited releases with video game companies, like the iconic Mega Man 8 promo statue with Capcom. But the bigger goal with Avatar was to venture into the toy market and release action figures based on video games. The Mario that was sold on eBay is the product of this original pitch, but there were several more characters made, including Tyrant from Resident Evil, Morrigan from Darkstalkers, and my favorite, Sonic. James had these photos from 2 decades ago, and to this day, I'm sure they're the only photos of these that still exist. But unfortunately for the company itself, it didn't really go anywhere, and was closed before any of the products were released, leaving all of the finished prototypes lost. And by the time we were finished talking, the auction had ended, which I never ended up bidding on, so with the insight that more figures existed, I was determined to try to find them, specifically that Sonic. James did inform me he currently owns the Tyrant, but has no idea where the others ended up, including the painted version of his Mario sculpt. So for the next couple years, I had gone on a pretty extensive search, looking for other people associated with Avatar Creations and Streamline Model Works, who might have worked on the prototypes. James did recall a few names of past employees who worked on the various characters, but unfortunately they weren't able to help me find the figures. I was also able to get in contact with the old president of Avatar Creations who oversaw all the work, thinking he would have some insight about the figures. But he too didn't seem to have any, and didn't even recall many of the details about them. But through a little more searching, I was able to come across one sculptor that had worked on some of the limited released content Avatar made, and through connecting with him, I was able to learn that out of everyone I've talked to, and anywhere these figures could be, he confirms he does have a box or two in his basement that contains some Avatar work, including a resin master of Sonic's head. He told me he'd dig out the boxes when he gets the chance, and I still check in with him every so often, but currently he hasn't been able to unearth the sculpts for me. Still, it's kind of amazing that even he still has all that work from such a small period of time, close to 20 years ago. And with the exception of anything that might be forgotten in those boxes, these might be the only Avatar Creations prototypes left in existence: Sonic's head, Tyrant, and the unpainted Mario. I'm really glad to have even been able to find someone that has any kind of archive for this content, and if I ever get more word on the status of those archives, I'll make a segment about it in another merchandise video. For now though, I'm still glad that some piece of Sonic is still around. Moving back to the topic of plushes, if you watched one of my older Video Game Lost Media videos, you saw the discovery and archival of a cancelled Deku Link plush from Toy Site. The Deku Link was mentioned once in a single line of text, but hadn't been seen in 22 years, with myself having doubts that it existed at all, until an eBay listing showed up from a Goodwill in Seattle, proving a prototype was created. This topic is similar to that, in which it discusses more Zelda plushes, though in a different way. Still, these are pieces of physical lost media that I really didn't think we'd ever see again, and were possibly destroyed over 20 years ago when they first appeared. One of the more popular areas of collecting within the video game merchandise community are the old Japanese UFO plushes that could only be won from UFO catchers or crane games for a short period of time. You've probably seen some of these plushes in passing before, such as the Star Fox set, Kirby's Adventure set, and Sonic the Fighters set. There were dozens of different franchises represented in this way, and even though it took a while, Zelda eventually was too, with the release of Ocarina of Time, and it's this picture where the mystery really begins. While we know of and have found dozens of plushes of the characters in these pictures, what's interesting about them is the ones shown here are prototypes of the ones that actually came out, earlier versions that differ from the ones you could obtain. Specifically in the case of Ocarina of Time, there are many differences between the prototype plushes and the final versions, including color of fabric, accessory placements, and even the patterns themselves. This is important because collectors love getting their hands on these alternate versions of released products, and oftentimes only one or two exist, making them holy grails. However, what's different between the prototypes from ToySight and these ones is that they're Japanese. Not only is the process of obtaining prototypes quite difficult when you're dealing with US products, but Japanese ones are exceptionally rarer. Not only is there a language barrier involved with finding Japanese prototypes to begin with, but the Japanese companies seem to have a better lock on them. In my 15 years of collecting video game merchandise, I have only seen one example of UFO plush prototypes in someone's hands: Yoshi's Story plush straps. While the green, pink, light blue, and yellow colors did release, I have never come across the dark blue, red, black, and white colors before, with the exception of this single image. I found it on a Japanese GeoCities page back in 2018, from a collector who described them as being from the manufacturer, but it was never explained what exactly they were, though all signs point towards them being prototypes. And now, we can add another UFO plush prototype to the list of finds, as those early Zelda plushes from the original photo suddenly resurfaced on Yahoo Japan without warning, and having gone almost completely under the radar. This listing is from September 2022, and contains the original prototype plushes of Zelda, Young Link, and Ganondorf from the original photo. At first, I was skeptical these were the same ones, and maybe they were from a different build. But after comparing the two, you can definitely see the similarities. Specifically, in the way Zelda's face is shaped, the position of Young Link's facial features, and the shape and color of Ganondorf's head and hair. Though if there were any doubts, you can see the plushes themselves are even tagged with information and a production date. This is always fun to see, and the Deku Link from eBay was tagged in a similar way. This auction also includes a Young Link that hasn't been completely finished yet. I've never seen anything like this, even in the years before I was collecting. But it's the auction details that really make my head spin, because it's crazy to think that this resurfaced in such a quiet way. The title of the listing makes no mention of them being prototypes at all, and the description only has one passing mention that the products are a sample and may differ from the final version. Which is funny to think about, because unless you knew these were prototypes to begin with, you might otherwise think they're regular plushes. There's also no backstory about where they came from, or how the seller acquired them, and the seller themselves doesn't seem to have anything else out of the ordinary for sale. And now the price, which is something I know everyone is curious about. They only sold for 272,000 yen, which is around $1,800 US with the current conversion rate. Had this been a few years ago, when the yen wasn't as weak as it is now, this would have been closer to 2,500, which is still lower than I would have expected. People will pay close to $1,000 just for a final release Ganondorf, so I figured a sample of him would go for close to 2,000 alone, on top of the fact that you get 3 other plushes in the lot. It's definitely a weird set of circumstances to have all come together at once, and while it seems unlikely we'll never get the full story on how these resurfaced, the fact that they did is good enough for me, and knowing that these items, thought to be lost or destroyed, are still around, keeps the idea of preserving them alive. Unfortunately, however, this isn't the full set, as Adult Link and Darunia were not part of the listing, but are seen in the original photo and did have a final release, which technically means the set is only partially found. I'm really curious how the seller was able to acquire these 3, but somehow not the other 2. Hopefully one day we can see the whole set reunited. No matter how many times we come across new merchandise mysteries that seem like they go back to older and older points in time, I am still surprised every time something new shows up. I guess with something physical like a plush, it's harder to believe that there are more people out there who would value and take care of that kind of thing besides the community that already knows about them and tries to preserve them. These were some really great finds, and hopefully we'll be able to solve even more of the mysteries when it comes to merchandise like this. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out some of my other Lost Media videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Finn.